What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more U2 from Octung Baby, 1991. And the next track, do I have this right? It's Who's Gonna Ride Your Wild Horses? Yeah, who's gonna ride your wild horses? It's a very interesting question. It reads very visually, but I imagine there's some figurative meaning at play here. I suppose it could be both. It could be a scene depicted, but reflective of themes emotional or on a larger scale, and in that regard, wild horses or mustangs, I believe, they speak to, in one way, eras which are not common, at least in places that have been more thoroughly urbanized and industrialized. There is also a sense of open air, under the natural sky that comes with that. So again, I think any of those kind of concepts could lend themselves very well to metaphorical meaning, but I'll try to catch what I can on a first hearing. Let's listen to it. This is U2. The track is Who's Gonna Ride Your Wild Horses, and it's from the 1991 album Octung Baby.
You're dangerous, 'cause you're honest. You're dangerous, you don't know what you want. Where you left my heart, empty as a vacant lot. For any spirit to haunt. Just out of reach. Hey, hey, sha-la-la. Hey, hey, sha-la-la. Who's gonna ride your wild horses? Who's gonna drown your blue sea? Who's gonna ride your wild horses? Who's gonna fall at the foot of it? Well, you stole it, 'cause I needed the cash. And you killed it, 'cause I wanted revenge. Well, you lied to me, 'cause I asked you to. Baby, can we still be friends? Hey, hey, sha-la-la. Hey, hey, sha-la-la. Who's gonna
as it's fading, I feel like I have a pretty good sense of what the song's about. I mean, from the very beginning, I wondered if that's what was being suggested, more on what that is in a moment. But there were a few lines I caught right near the end where it's like, okay, that's really what he's saying. And again, I may be wrong here, but it sounds like he's speaking to a former partner and suggesting that, I mean, at first there's a couple comparisons or analogies that might be seen as unflattering. You're an accident waiting to happen. You're a piece of glass on the beach, which, many people walk around barefoot on the beach, and a piece of glass in the sand is, pain, bleeding and injuries waiting to happen. And so maybe for the narrator, this other person, there's always a danger. There was always a point where they were going to have harm or an incident or, be unable to continue walking along. And it sounds like he's saying, like, kind of giving, I'll say, her the blessing that, don't turn around, don't look back, keep going. And I wonder, who's going to take your, what was it, saltwater kisses, which feels, again, like there's a bit of a incisive or critical comment there, like salt, it's salty, it's not something that in the context of a kiss you would normally associate. It sounds like it's, a bit briny or, less than fully, just warm and enveloping, and maybe something with a bit of, a sharper taste to it, so to speak. But he's saying, who's going to take the place of me? Who will ride your wild horse? Who will tame or at least run with your gypsy heart? We'll maybe change that to traveler heart. But yes, the idea that this person is nomadic, emotionally and interpersonally, maybe romantically nomadic, and the narrator has come to realize this, and again, maybe with a bit of implied criticism, but seemingly pretty sympathetically, is wishing her well and saying, I'm just thinking to the future and wondering, who will take the place of me? Who will run with your wild horses? Who will ride them and perhaps, be a better fit for you? So, in a way, it's like a bit melancholic, but it also feels accepting and even supportive. It doesn't feel jaded and bitter and angry, is I guess the point I'm making, even as it sounds like he's saying, don't look back, don't think, oh, maybe we can still make it work, because I recognize, this can't happen successfully or in the long term. So I wish you the best, and you should go on and find whoever that is. So yeah, it's a beautiful tune. I think Bono's vocals are great. They're very smooth and elegant in a lot of the track. There's a couple points where, he turns up the heat a little bit, but yeah, it's very fitting to the moments, both the smoother parts and the parts with a bit more energy. And yeah, it feels, let's say, less edgy and alternative than a couple tracks on the album so far, though again, even knowing that this album was a notable evolution or change from what we've heard up to this point, I wasn't expecting it to be entirely alien or completely distinct from what we had heard before. And this one, again, it might sound evolved, but I think it's very much within U2's framework as I've come to know it, at least up to this point. So yeah, a beautiful tune. Once again, I very much enjoy the lyrics and Bono's delivery of them, as well as some shimmering guitar along the way, which feels like that is another trademark. Shout out to The Edge. And yeah, I'm curious what people have to say, and how close or far away. Again, these lyrical interpretations on a first listen are never definitive. They're always, as best as I can track it and follow it on a first hearing. And of course, I do listen to these songs more, so yeah, I will continue to let it wash over me, but I do look forward to hearing people's comments. Let me know what you have to say, and I will see you for the next one. Peace.